Awesome. Okay. I think we're good.
I think I'm gonna pick out your shot glass.
Okay.
Do that.
I don't know who this is. Let me text them back.
Okay. The Twitch should be up if you want to
Okay.
let them know.
What should I do for Amy? I think I'm gonna go with. Dang, I'm gonna go with Sophia for you today.
Okay. That's fair.
Like she's a boss bitch, man.
She's a boss ass bitch.
She's a boss ass bitch, and
Was the youngest cast member.
Yeah. Yes, she was.
dude, have you seen like pictures of Sophia Loren like when she was like young, like ooh,
Sophia
Ooh.
Loren.
hot piece of ass, man.
What was it?
Since I didn't
Was
watch
it Grumpier Old Men
Yes.
she was in?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she was.
yeah. I was like,
Jameson.
okay.
Yeah, just one shot. One shot
Oh,
today.
there's a lot of JMO.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Who brought that?
Mike. I think Mike Mulvey.
Oh, Mike Mulvey. Yeah. I'm gonna I should have brought. Oh yeah, we got pop.
Okay.
We got pop.
What do you want?
I just need something to chase it with when I do take it.
You want some dew?
Some dew. Can I have some dew? Oh, oh, oh. If you are in the Twitch, let me know. It doesn't say anyone's in here.
It
But
shows-
whoever texted me said that they can see it. So
It shows on my end there's one person on, but it could be me
or me.
or you.
Well, does it count us if we're signed into that Twitch channel?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I barely know how Twitch works. We're just
Yeah,
here.
y'all don't know about that. That's a deep cut right there. That's
What
some-
were you singing?
yeah, it's
Oh.
Aaliyah,
Oh, Aaliyah.
and she was covering Isley Brothers.
Wow.
Let me know.
I miss
Let
Aaliyah.
me know. Yeah, that's the shit.
Oh,
Oh, what?
I gotta double check the sound effects.
Oh,
Oh, I think he moved them. Okay, there's that. Yep, there's that. That means that's
that one works.
okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Thanks, Timmy.
That is one of my favorite.
I know, it's so
favorite
good.
new parts of the show.
I'm so glad we did that. That was like our 5th take, too.
Yeah.
That was the best we could do.
You want
Oh, you know what I want to do is I want to share the Twitch stream. Can I do that?
I don't see one yet.
Report? No, thank you. I don't really want to report us. Oh, there's the button. Share to. All right, Amy.
Yeah, hold it down. Amy.
Hold it. Get your shit together.
Holy shit!
Down.
Come on.
Please.
What the fuck's wrong with
This
you?
is a professional podcast that
Yeah.
streams on Twitch, for Christ's sake.
Obviously.
I'm bringing stickers to the show tonight and
Yeah.
send them out to people.
I don't need a photo. Create a post. I'm like, what? I thought that was the cat. I thought that was about to be like, fat boy, leave the bag alone.
Russell McRussell are over there. So-
Hey, I muted my mic for that.
That might still be the one episode that I had the most trouble listening to.
Oh,
Was the
with
one
any ASMR,
Yeah.
I get it.
Which one?
Y'all did like an ASMR weird mouth
Sometimes we
sound
do that, yeah.
segment.
Did you?
Where someone was
I think it was
shooting in
my
the
birthday
background
episode. It
or
was the last
something.
episode that I was like, Skits doesn't like that. I'm like, don't do that. Skits doesn't like that. We got to
No.
keep all the
It's just-
listeners
it's
we
one of
have,
those-
please.
I was listening to
those things.
a podcast and they were clearly eating.
Oh.
And I'm like, bam. Like, you are sponsored by Spotify, making way more money than me. Stop eating your podcast.
Yeah, come on. Get your shit together.
I listened to My Brother and Me, and there's multiple times where one of them cracks open. I think it's like a Diet Coke, but it's like the perfect.
Yeah.
And every time they're like, "Yeah, rip open that natty ice, baby."
Baby.
Natty
It's weird.
Ice.
I can't listen to people do the food thing, but I'll watch YouTube videos of people eating things all fucking day.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I just think mouth noises are pretty gross. I don't even like the
Definitely
sound
need a
of
context.
people making out really fucking bothers me. If they're like loud, like that, stop.
That shit's disgusting.
Oh, it's so gross.
Cleaning its butthole.
Yeah, it sounds like my dog cleaning his butt quite frequently. Look, I got my nails done. You like them?
Cute.
My nail lady was such a bitch yesterday.
They have their days, don't they?
She goes, I love it. She's always a bitch to me. I love her. But she's like, oh, you come in for Valentine's Day to do your nails? And I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck about Valentine's Day. And she's like, oh, we do your nails for Valentine's Day? And I'm like, no, Candy. We're just going to do them for any normal day for Valentine's Day. I'm like, no. So I was like, I have a big show tomorrow. This was yesterday. I have a big show tomorrow, and you need to represent your nails here. So, and she's like, for Valentine's? Okay, bitch. So her daughter's doing my nails, and I was like, fine, I'll pick a red. So then I pick a red, and she's like, yeah, that red. And then I ended up picking a different red, and she's like, why?
Because that's what the fuck I'm
Because
paying
that's
for.
what I want, Candy. Fuck. You ain't even doing my nails. You made your daughter do them. She doesn't even do that good of a job.
Nah, Are you coming to the shrine?
On Thursday?
Well, Thursday, and then me and Gully show is Friday.
Oh, of
and
course
Saturday.
I'm going to see you in Gully, for sure. Oh, God, I'm going to, like, basically live. Yeah. Adam Gully is going to be in town.
Yeah.
Wait, like this Friday, like Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day weekend.
That's what I'm doing for Valentine's
Friday and
Day.
Saturday.
Oh, and Saturday?
Yep.
Why, you got hot plans for Valentine's?
Oh, look at Timmy.
No, well, yes and no.
He's doing,
I think I'm filling in
Joe's.
for.
For Stephanie's.
I think
Yeah.
I'm helping Stephanie with her thing.
All right, cool. Yeah.
What is that?
At a variety show she's
It's going to
doing?
be a variety show, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm excited because the Too Much was one of my favorite shows of
You're
last
like,
year.
too much is too much, dude.
No, it was
No,
just
it was,
enough.
It was more than
It was
enough.
dope.
It was
That was
so
super
good.
dope.
So good.
So yeah, I think
There's
I'm
a
gonna.
lot of talent in the Chicago and Chicago suburbs. Scene.
Oh,
like
for
it's
sure.
nuts.
It is nuts.
It's really nuts. Like
Yeah, there's been a huge push of like digital content lately. That's just love it.
One of
Love
the guys that goes to the donut a lot, he's a performer. He's really good. But he came up to me, I think it was at the open mic, and he's like, girl, you are so funny, and I am so excited for you, and I can't wait to follow what you're doing. And I'm like starstruck over this dude. I'm like, what? And he's like, I wish I could do what you do. I'm like, I wish I could do what you do. What the fuck do you do? Like, and I noticed that, like, a lot of musicians were like, dude, I wish I could do what you do. And I was like,
well,
Well, wasn't it Jim Brewer used to talk about all musicians want to be comedians, not comedians
want to be
rock
musicians?
stars?
yeah. It
Jerry
makes sense.
Seinfeld said that like he was like, there's not much difference. He was like, one is an orangutan and the other is like
Right.
a chimpanzee. Like we're both.
That's what I told dude too.
You
I
know,
was like,
like-
our scenes are so similar.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and that's the
Well,
reason why
any
they always
performance, yeah.
click.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's always.
I mean, the amount of just support for this show that I've gotten from musicians has been crazy.
You know what has triggered people to, and this is triggered to like reach out and tell me like, oh, I started listening to the Happy Corner. It was Lobo Den.
Really?
I had 3 different people hit me up and was like, yo, I dug what you were saying on there,
Oh shit.
and like,
See, that's the cross promotion we need. I don't know
That's
if
a
that's
dope
me or what.
podcast, too.
what?
Loboden's a dope podcast.
It's
Yeah,
a
it is.
great podcast.
I get that
man.
song stuck in my head. It is, yeah. Loboden, Loboden, Loboden.
He said he's talking about making a video for it.
He should. I fucking love that song so much.
It's got a good beat to it.
Yeah. I think,
He's so earnest.
yeah. Yeah.
He is so, like, he says things that are truthful, that
Yep.
is going on in his life, and it's so ridiculous, but
It's
he says it
fucking
so
crazy.
flatlined.
Yeah,
that
he
it's
doesn't
like
give a
it's
shit like it's just,
everyday life.
he's like, yeah, when I was picking up hookers, you're just like, holy
He's-
shit,
He's
okay.
one of those people on the scene who there's no pretense.
Right.
Who he is
who he is.
is.
That's what I love about Giovanni.
So do I.
Like Talbot's another one of those.
Yeah.
Talbot is Talbot.
Yeah.
What you see is what you are getting with Talbot.
Mhm.
There's no pretense there.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah. I do too. I do too. What's
Are we-
up? What's good? We could probably start.
Are we gonna do one word for each other?
We could. We could. Yeah, you said it. Loboden, Loboden, Loboden.
Yeah, he.
It's so good.
So he told me about his process for his podcast. He turns it into like a raw file and listens to it for a couple of days, and then he edits and does the little pre,
Yeah.
and then he like, yeah, like I dig his process. It's pretty cool. Like
You gonna
the
give all
fact
this with me
that the
today?
fact that he like listens to it first and just hangs out with it to see, very musician like. Like
Yeah.
that's what musicians do. Like on, oh man, I was writing some good shit on my guitar yesterday. Not being in a relationship allows you to have so much more time. And we were long distance. That's the sad part.
Wait, what happened?
I give you a phrase.
Me and my girlfriend broke up,
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Sorry to hear.
and she has coworkers that listen.
Oh.
Yeah, I think her boss listens, so there's no ill will
Okay.
towards. There really isn't. There isn't. It's just that yeah. Reciprocity. I don't think she knew that definition.
Okay. Say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Not a bad person, just
Baby,
Yes. The Rex Manic Day.
I almost wore that 90s shirt today.
Nice.
I just rolled this
You wanna? Okay.
real quick.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's legal here.
Kitty cat, you're in my lap.
Oh, can you bring her here?
Yes.
I wanted to just
Oh,
wanna.
yeah,
I wanna
yeah,
show
let
the
everybody
camera my
know
baby.
that.
I know there's like nobody. Well, this part goes on YouTube, so I guess
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could talk about it. 2 episodes ago, look at my baby. 2 episodes ago, which was our season premiere.
Yeah.
My baby girl, my BB girl, got out of the house, and she has been gone for 25 days. But she's back, and she's thinner than ever. She's so little, but she's back, and we're fattening
BB
her
is
up.
back.
BB's back and she's gonna start some trouble. Hey now, my baby's back. Aw, that was sweet. She is.
a segment for that just so we can use the song.
What are you doing, little beebs? She is, man. Like I was petting her when she came home. That's when I started crying. When I felt right here. Because I thought she had like a growth. And I'm like, oh shit. And I was like, no, those are her bones. Yeah.
Little mama was out there in the wild getting it
But
in.
there might be babies in there. We don't know. And we're not out of the woods because cats and like renal failure and stuff is like pretty. But she seems to be doing really well. She, every time when we brought her in, we gave her a can of tuna like right away.
Okay.
She didn't throw up. She hasn't thrown up.
Well, that's
Her
good.
shits are really gross, but she hasn't had food in her.
Well, she's probably anything she did get, she probably scrounged.
Right.
So, I I'm sure it's not all
She's so
Yeah, it
cute.
best
wasn't all good.
quality in there.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Hey, nah, my baby's back. No, it's not you. They just run. I don't know what it is.
It's how you pack them.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
My bad. I was trying to make him feel better.
No,
I don't know nothing about
I'm here.
Roland,
I'm here to
honestly.
destroy his. No, I'm just. No, because I had that problem, and then our good friend Alex Savant was like, you know how you keep him from running is the way you pack them.
Really?
And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. So like how you pack it down. Yeah.
Because I mean, those are meant to be. I was like, what the fuck is that? Those are meant to be like super easy to roll.
Right.
Like,
So what's the trick? Not pack them too tight, too loose? Like what?
You want to pack it tight
I'm pretty sure you.
and like and even.
That's probably
Like that, because I kept running, and then I finally got to where I could get it. And then the other thing is how you light it. You know what I'm saying? Like even, yeah,
Just
even
kinda
turn,
rotate it?
yeah.
I never have enough weed to roll it into anything, so.
I'm too cheap.
That's what I'm
sometimes.
saying. Like,
I got bad dexterity. I got arthritis in my hands. I can't roll
I
like I
usually
Yeah.
used
use a
to.
dollar bill. If I'm rolling a
We
joint,
got skits in the audience, y'all.
I'll use a dollar bill.
dollar bill, yo. Who's in our Twitch? I want to know. Who are you? Who are you? It's like you, bitch. That's who it is.
Yeah, it's you.
All right. Now I'm high enough to press this record button.
Yeah.
Ah, ah, ah.
Oh, I know who's in our Twitch.
Is it Autumn?
It's my boo.
Oh, hey, Autumn.
My boo.
Tim's boo. And I steal Tim's girl all the time. That's my boo.
Oh my God. That's on our phone. We got our little picture. That's dope. I didn't know you put that picture there.
Oh, that's my phone. Our phone is.
Oh, wait. That's
Our phone's got our
I was
background.
like, oh, that's cool. You did that with the happy corner. All right.
I mean, I should, but I just put our logo.
No, that's cool too.
I think I'm actually gonna go on Threadless too and order us a Happy Corner phone case, so don't fuck it up.
Well, now that my funds are no longer depleted.
I love that. I mean, before marriage and all that, I dated some real fucking losers that I've like felt the same way that I'm like, well, that frees up some income. That's great. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I got a message.
Not
from
that she's a
Ronnie Ray.
loser. It's just
Da, 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 da. That's it. He's like, if you want to count people, send me the names. I'll put them on the guest list. And thank you all so much for doing the show.
Oh,
Like
nice.
two things, real quick. I'm like,
I love Ronnie Ray.
I
man.
love Ronnie Ray too.
I
Yeah.
told him I was like, hey, I'm coming out. He's like, got you.
Tim, did they put you on that list?
Yeah, Jill
Okay,
put me
good.
on their list.
Ronnie
should be
doesn't
good.
get enough love for being a hell of a host.
Ronnie's a
Oh my
fucking
God.
wonderful
He's one of my
host.
favorite
I'm amazed
hosts.
He's not
Yeah.
Barbie nominated. Like,
You're right.
he runs,
You know
he
what?
tries.
You know what? I did nominate him.
I did,
And
I
he,
don't know if I did.
I did nominate Ronnie
That
Ray.
was my bad, Ronnie. Not that you watch. You're very honest about not listening to this podcast.
I just love talking to him.
I love Ronnie Ray. When I do a Mitch show, I usually try to find Ronnie Ray.
Yeah,
Hang out with Ronnie while Mitch tries to get all thirsty and shit, and Ronnie just talks shit to him. So it's like one of my favorites. Yeah, she might cuddle up with you just because of your coat.
that happens with this code.
Yeah,
I want to cuddle up with you.
I know. I'm about to jump on
Right.
that couch. I'll record from there.
Yeah.
All right, you guys good?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
All right, let's go ahead and officially start in 5, 4,
Yes,
3.
It's time to laugh, 'cause boredom is just torture. KB and Aimee have just what the doctor ordered.
we do.
Pull up but share, it's the happy corner.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Happy Corner podcast. And today it is me and Aimee.
Yeah, just the two of us. Oh, really? That was so quick. Did you make my phrase like just the two of us?
Yes.
I
Wow.
wanted you to be able to get it out of the way.
I get you, and I appreciate that. I will take my shot. Today is a special shot, KB. I'm gonna do a shot of Jameson, right? Which I don't do, but I'm gonna take it for my friend Richie, who passed away some years ago. It's almost 7 years, I think. But today's his birthday, so if he were here, I would take a shot with him, but he's not, and so I will take a shot for him. So if anybody is listening or watching, and it's an acceptable time to take a shot, you're not at work, take a shot with me for Richie.
Whiskey drink, vodka drink.
Ew. All right.
All right, so yeah, it is the two of us, and we wanted to do this simply because, one, we enjoy having podcasts where
It's just us.
it's just us, and we had 2 guests on the last episode.
Yeah, so we might as well make it none, right?
Yeah. Balance it out. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Balance out the universe.
Yeah,
and shit.
balance the universe. I get
And there's so much going on.
it. Mercury's in retrograde soon. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Oh.
You guys are on it
I
today.
know, that was so good. I didn't even think about it when she said it either.
2 minutes, 22 seconds in.
We got
and
both
you
of them
both hit
out.
your words.
We did it. We did it. You know what it was?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I didn't realize how much you said it until right before we started, and we were trying to like pick each other like a word for. We were like, fuck it, let's do a word. And I'm like, and you're just like, oh man, I don't know, blah 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 blah. Oh man, and I'm like, oh man. I mean,
What's
I wasn't
funny
wrong.
is that was my thought process. I was like, I don't know what to pick, and then you were like, yeah, every time we sing just the two of us.
Yeah, we do. I'm like every time.
yeah, we
Kate
do.
was
Don't
like, that should be our song when we do it. And I was like, we literally sing it every time. It's just the
It's
two
just
of us.
the two of us.
Yeah, we probably have multiple episodes named just the two of us.
Yeah,
You
two,
might.
yeah.
But it turns out, because I wasn't doing like the just you and I episodes because I like thought people wanted guests, and then it turns out
a lot of people just like
us. I'm like, oh, it's not the people on our podcast. Okay.
we should know that. I mean, we are the logo.
I know. I know. People literally wear us on their chests. Speaking of,
we have one of those people here as a thought in the audience. Give it up for Skits.
yeah, former
M.
guest.
Jones. Yes, looking
Former guest.
very swaggy today.
Just got the beard done. Looks
Yes,
great.
Looks gorgeous.
It's got like all my favorite colors in it.
There was
So
this
great.
cute girl that I was crushing on in high school, and her mom was a hairstylist. And she would always have in that sequence of colors.
I love it.
She had like a shortcut, and then like that sequence of colors like going to the back.
Ooh.
Oh, she was so gorgeous.
Like back in high school, she did.
yeah,
Oh damn, that's like ahead of her time too.
yeah.
Because I don't know, like maybe not so much high school. I know that if anybody had crazy colored hair when we were in junior high, they would like send a note home and be like, fix it.
Oh no, ours was I went to West Aurora,
Uh-huh.
and it was kind of like as long as it's not gang affiliated, and as long
That makes sense.
and as long as like it wasn't a distraction.
Yeah.
It was totally fine. Like
yeah.
and not only that, like her mom was a hairstylist. So
Yeah.
like whenever they came in with their hair dyed, it was so perfect that it's like
Ugh.
you know, like you know how cool that would have been your mom a
Oh,
hairstylist.
that's
and,
why I'm like, oh, I would have saved so much money and saved my hair from box dye probably. I haven't dyed my hair in so long. I was just like, look, I haven't gotten a haircut in 2 years. Last time I cut my hair is when I chopped it all off.
I haven't had a haircut in 3.
Jesus. How long is your hair if you like were to straighten it?
Like right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really long. Like, I remember my mom was like, oh, let me, because like, people always want to play with it. And I'm like, all right. And she was like, and it's really thick and it's really soft.
Right.
But it's curly and tight, like tight
Oh, yeah.
curls.
Those are very tight curls.
And so, like, she started combing it out, and she's like, I didn't know it was this long. I'm like,
Yeah. KB, I'm at the point, like, I can't even picture you with your old
Straight
haircut.
hair,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't even picture it anymore.
Yeah.
When you cut it, you were in California.
Yeah.
And the only reason I saw it is because KB, it was like a period of time where she was using Snapchat, and she had snapped me, and like I had just snapped her. I just snapped you singing that song. You need to cut it.
Yeah.
And then she takes a video, and it's front facing, and I finally see her, and I'm like,
yeah.
holy shit. I'm like, you cut your hair off. She was so cute though.
Yeah,
I loved
it was
I love it like that.
I cut it because, like, I don't know, man. Like,
Were you going through some shit? Because I feel like we cut our hair when we're going through some shit.
yeah, man, it's very, very Rastafarian. Like, because, like, when you're going through changes or you want to evolve, like, they say cut your hair and start over. It's like
Yeah.
the whole process. And I was living out there, and it was just a different vibe and a different confidence came over me, where it was like, you know what? I'm done with. I need to purge all of this
Right.
last of me, and
Yeah.
so I was like growing it out so I could cut it to a shortcut, and then luckily for me, like, it doesn't. It's pretty like curly and it's thick, so it didn't look shitty. You know, like some
Right.
women get that short haircut and they're like, ooh,
I don't look
that
good. With,
was-
if I go too short, I don't look good. It's like, because they always want to layer it, right?
Yeah.
But if you cut my hair too short, it just like sticks out. Like
Yeah.
it just like, and I don't have the energy to fucking do my hair every day.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. So that's why I just leave it. I mean, this shit, it's a mop. There's too much of it.
Yeah, you and Stephanie, you know.
Oh my God. Somebody told me, I can't remember who it was, but they're like, no, it was Stephanie. She goes, somebody came up to me thinking that I was you from behind because of my hair. And I'm like, your hair is way longer and in much better condition. But I get it. Yeah, we have like hair down to our asses. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I sit on this shit all the time.
That's nuts, man.
It's annoying. Like, I mean, I'm a single lady, so it doesn't happen very much anymore. But like, if anyone puts their arm around me
Yeah.
and they're on my hair, I fucking hate it. I have to like do that awkward,
Yeah.
like derpy face
Yeah.
until you're off my goddamn hair.
Yeah, but yeah, it felt good to. It felt good to having a just getting like I said, purging all of that, and it's just healthier for my hair because I
Oh,
was
yeah.
relaxing it.
Yeah.
And that is like, if you don't know what that is, it is chemically treating your hair to make it straight, and the shit that they use, it's liquid lye. And if you don't know what lye is, they use it in explosives.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's what
not
you're
the
putting in your
strength, but it's not
Yeah.
the same. But it's the
Right.
same chemical makeup, and yeah.
Isn't it weird that I have to take a shot of Malort to get the taste of Jameson out of my mouth? Or?
Give me one of those. Give me one of those. I'll join you.
I got to get them out of the way early.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold on to mine.
That's fine.
But yeah, so I'm super, and I think that I don't know. There's like, do you guys have like symbolic changes in your life where? Because I was talking to Aimee before the podcast, like, you know, me, girlfriend, split,
Mm-hmm.
and not that, and
Go on.
yeah, and it wasn't like, you know, malicious or anything like that.
Amicable?
It was amicable, cool, whatever, but a sense of like relief.
Right.
And like I woke up so like energized. That's fucked up to say, but I woke up
No, it happens though.
like, and I just reboosted, like, I don't know, something in me where I was just like working on shit constantly and doing shit. I didn't feel that I don't know that burden almost of like, what is she thinking about this? What
Right, right.
that type of shit. And I
Right.
was just like, oh man, this feels amazing.
Yeah, there's a huge relief. I know when I had the talk with Sterling about like us separating, and then eventually we got to a point where like, okay, it's because I wanted to salvage any possibility of us having a decent like friendship. Like I care about him enough to want him in my life. It's just that we don't work as a couple. But I'm telling you, like, not even just me. After he and I split, like, I could feel his relief. Like,
Yeah.
I could feel like he just, like, felt so much pressure off of his shoulders.
Was it a Mercury retrograde?
It was Mercury was in retrograde when I asked him for a divorce. So I hope that's funny to other people that didn't hear it before. But, like, we're just talking about how people use that.
Yeah, like they use their, what is it called, astrology and all that shit?
Yeah.
Like,
Now I will give like, okay, like the moon, I believe does have some sort of effect on us because I mean we're made up of mostly water and the moon affects the tides, right? So I do feel like when it's a full moon, I'm like, holy fuck, people are acting so weird, right?
yeah.
But I cannot. Especially because they just like didn't they just recently tried to change all the signs?
Yeah, and
like,
everybody
add an
was like,
extra one?
fuck that.
I'm not going to be an Aquarius my whole life, and then you're going to change me to something else that's a made-up name that I don't know.
Do you know how
like,
dope it is to be a Pisces? Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's
And they like tried to change everybody, right? Like everybody's changed?
So-
Skits and I have the
All
same
right,
birthday.
can I chime in?
Yeah,
Can I
you
jump in?
absolutely
It's
can.
kind of my
Skits is about to be like, bitches.
We have the same birthday.
area. Of
Oh, you
expertise.
the exact same birthday?
March 3rd.
March 3rd, baby.
Oh, shit, babe.
Same year, same all of it.
Wow.
3383.
Yep.
That's pretty
That's,
sweet.
that's why I have 3 3s tattooed on my hand.
Holy shit.
That's the reason why when I got the
die?
The die, it was 3s, yeah.
Okay.
Three's my
Yeah.
number. I get it.
It's
I
in
get
there.
it. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so astrology, a lot of us know our main sign, right?
right.
But there's all the other signs like where
Rising
you have
and-
to your sun, your moon,
Yeah.
your all of them. And to know all of that, you have to know your birth date, your birth time,
Right.
all
Yeah.
of that. And people are our entire being is, a combination of nature and nurture.
Uh-huh.
And both of those kind of play into, if you think about when we're born, the pull of, everything has gravitational pull.
Right.
Every
Mhm.
planet, everything. And that's what all those different things are based on.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get really down into the nitty gritty of it, all your rising signs and everything, that's where you can get more specific about what kind of personality traits people really have.
Yeah.
Because anyone born at that day, at that time, that thing, that
This is
location,
what was going
they're
on.
all,
Right.
all of the elemental, environmental,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
things were at that point. Anything else where we just talk about, I'm a Pisces, I'm a Sagittarius, whatever.
Very vague.
That's
Yeah.
the most broad
Broad.
brush you can
right.
paint anything.
Yeah, and you can relate to anything any of that stuff says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like any what do they call those? Horoscopes. Any horoscope, like at any time you could read and be like, I can relate to that because
Dude.
it's so vague.
Yeah, it's like they just rotate them for each
They
sign.
do. I do feel like they're
you
like, we
got
have
that
this
last
one.
month.
Right. So
You
we're just
get
going
this
to
one
move
this
this
way.
one.
Well, which if you think about it, that would actually make
Okay.
sense. If
Okay.
everything's
Skit's making sense
rotating.
over here. Stop it. Here's the thing: is I did listen because you talked about this.
I believe
little
it
bit
a little bit.
extensively.
I do believe in all of that type of shit,
Yeah.
but that doesn't take away from personal
Oh
responsibility.
yeah, you can't
Oh,
blame all
absolutely.
your life shit on
No,
it.
yeah, you don't blame
I don't
everything
wanna
on that.
advocate for that.
No, don't do
No,
that.
But it-
not that I'm saying you are.
Yeah.
No.
But
No,
for
it-
those
you
that
did-
do,
it-
I
it
just had to let them
influences.
know.
You did
Yeah.
talk about this. Was it the crossover episode you and Chris Bongat did? I believe
Probably.
you guys talked about this,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, yeah, I get it, it makes sense, but like, I just hopefully not about to lose some listeners. I don't want crystals, like I I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to. And I feel that like my niece might listen to this, and because she's really into all this stuff.
Yeah.
She really, really is. And she's like, I need to know your birth time. I need to know. And I'm like, fuck. I'm always like, I don't know I'd have to look at my original birth certificate. But I'm just like, yeah, sometimes I could be a bitch. And other times, and it's very random, just depending on when I'm going to get my period.
You know
That's what I blame it on.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. I do kind of get into a little bit of that stuff. I am very much. I'm heavily like. There have been things where all right. So I was out in California. Fuck you guys, and I went to this one thing, and this lady was like reading energy and like doing all this other shit, and then she went through the whole like thing or whatever, and like she nailed it like me to the wall, like of like understanding who I am,
right,
and like how I operate and all that type of shit. So like there is something to some of that shit for sure, and people who actually study it, but you typing in horoscope Pisces 2020 in Google is not the same.
It's just generating a random ass horoscope that they gave an Aquarius.
Yeah.
3 months prior.
Right.
When it comes to like the psychics and the reading auras and all that kind of stuff, even the ones who like would readily admit that they're bullshit, they're still reading something.
Yeah.
You know, your nonverbal cues, your little mannerisms, everything about, they're reading you, just not in a way that you think they're reading you.
I just have a problem with motherfuckers who take advantage of people.
Like Sylvia Brown, the lady from Montel
Sylvia
Williams.
Brown. And I also feel this way, and people are going to be mad at me, but like Teresa Caputo, which sends Tim into a fucking rage, that lady. She's the Long Island medium.
Oh.
She's the one that'll just go up to people on the street.
Guy.
Yeah. John Edwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do your thing, whatever, but don't take advantage of people who are in a vulnerable position.
John Edwards was trash. He'd be like, I feel like there's a name with a T.
Bro, I can go into any room. I could go into any room and be like, I'm feeling someone with a J. Someone with a J. Do you know how many goddamn J names there are? A billion. Half of my family.
And you had a grandparent and a father, right?
Yeah. And your grandparent, he had a chair he liked to sit in, right? Yeah, they all fucking do, dude.
My favorite is, I see water. Did they work on water? Did they drink water? Did they...
They're like, oh my God, he did drink water once. Dude.
I'll say this, though. If someone comes out of one of those things feeling better because they got to commune with a dead loved one,
listen,
what makes that any different than any other sort of religious experience?
You're right. You're right. And I do know people who it has affected. Okay, so
like, again,
we had one.
As fuck,
we had one.
And the way that Sylvia Brown was doing it, she was acting like she was solving murders and shit.
Oh my God,
bitch.
She claimed that one of the Castro girls, that the guy, that she was dead. She told that family, that mother, that I'm sorry, your daughter died, and then that mother died thinking that her daughter was dead, and then her daughter was, and she saw that shit on the news.
Oh yeah.
While she was captive. Okay, so I will say, so I have a friend who, she had 2 siblings pass away in like a 6-month period. It was like a very, very rough time. But somebody had approached like a friend of theirs or maybe like a family member and like reached out to them and was like, hey, do you know somebody with these initials? And they were like really obscure, like they're LK, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, she's like, no, I don't know anyone with those initials. And she's like, okay, well, can you think about it? Because someone's coming through with those initials and she wants you to let her family know that she's okay. Like, this is really important if you can think about it. And this woman is like, I have no fucking idea whose initials these are.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so my friend's sister's name was Elizabeth, but we called her Liz. Mm-hmm. And her middle name started with a K. And so we were like, oh. And that, I mean, I'm sure that brought such great comfort. And it gave some credibility to me because they didn't approach her. She like saw somebody else and approached them.
There was a story on Reddit the other day, and this could be 100% complete bullshit.
Because, you know, it's Reddit.
Exactly. But the story was a girl said she was out at a club with her girlfriends, and one of her girlfriends was just completely drunk.
Yeah.
And she just felt the urge to approach this guy and tell him that her leg hurts. And her friend was like, I don't know why. And she's like, my leg doesn't even hurt. So the night went on, and she said the urge was so overwhelming that she went up to the guy and she's like, hey, this sounds so fucking crazy, but I just have the urge to tell you that my leg hurts. And the guy broke down and started crying.
What the fuck?
And he said that when his dad was sick, they made an agreement that they were going to try to communicate with each other
Shut
after
the
he
fuck
passed
up.
away with a phrase so crazy that no one would ever say it accidentally. And the phrase was, my leg hurts.
Holy shit.
That was a multiple
Christ.
holy shit and bullshit at the same time. Holy
It is Reddit.
bullshit.
Holy bullshit. Holy bullshit. I mean, it's a nice story.
It is a nice story.
If it's true, of course I want to think that's true, because
Yo, man.
you always want to hear from your loved ones
Wait.
after they're gone. I get it.
Do any of you guys watch The Good Place?
I have not. I've heard such good things about
I've
it.
seen a couple episodes, yeah.
I've watched like maybe 4 episodes. That is a really good fucking show. I know it just ended, and everybody that I've talked to who watched the show was like, that is one of the best
That's what I
endings
hear.
I've
Yep.
ever heard.
Everybody's very satisfied with that ending.
and it's fucking Ted Danson. I fucking love it.
You know what? Then I did start watching because it was Ted Danson and that pretty blonde chick. Yeah. I did start. I watched like the first episode, and I was like, "This is like pretty like a cool topic, like
yeah,
a cool
it's a cool
concept."
Yeah.
And I suck at watching TV, KB. You know
No,
that
so
about me.
do I. So do
How
I.
many seasons were there?
4, I think.
Okay, that's
It
not bad.
finished after 4, and everyone said that it was perfect.
It was perfect.
That they were happy it didn't get dragged out for like 10 seasons.
Is that-
and
what is
just
that
got
on?
stupid.
The back episodes are on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't like. Yeah, whatever. Like Skits was saying, whatever people need to kind of
Get through.
get through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I totally understand that. And speaking of that, hey, really quick, and then we're gonna go on to like funny stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But sending all my love to Anne Marie.
Yes.
I absolutely devastated for you and your family, and just like prayer and condolences, and like I will be
They have
talking to
a,
you soon again.
they have a
and
GoFundMe page up.
Yeah,
We're gonna link that.
yeah, and Amber, like, just rest in peace. Love you to pieces. She was such a sweetheart. So
Yeah.
just wanted to say that really quickly, because Anne Marie's a part of the comedy community.
Yep.
Her and Kate Cullen ran a great show at Shakers in the city.
Yeah.
And they were always just really sweet, and I just wanted to show that support real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm glad you
And
did that.
and speaking of the city, tonight,
Oh shit.
Miss Aimee Blaze is going to be blazing the stage at motherfucking Laugh Factory
Oh my
Chicago.
God. Oh my god.
Underdogs comedy
fucking-
with Ronnie Ray.
Yep.
Bitches.
My palms are sweaty.
You got your hoodie? Eat some spaghetti?
I'm not gonna eat any spaghetti. I'm having trouble even thinking about eating today. And let me take this shot.
All right. Cheers to a good show.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Let me talk about this for a second. I think it's not that. I mean, okay, so the Laugh Factory stage is a stage that's on my bucket list of stages to perform on. And I was actually like really slacking on comedy like this whole year. I was like, and I turned down some shows that I normally wouldn't just because I don't feel in the right mind frame. I do
Headspace,
this every
yeah.
fucking year. But when Ronnie Ray asked me to do the Laugh Factory, I was like, it's kind of
You gotta
against,
do that.
against the law
gotta
for me
do
to turn this
that.
down,
You
right?
gotta do
I have
that.
to. I would have felt so bad if I turned it down. It's on my bucket list. I have to do it. So I'm really excited to do it. I think what's got me really nervous is not the stage I'm performing on. It's the fact that my super supportive family is going to be there. And so many people I know are going to be there. And my thing is I don't know about you guys, I hate performing in front of people I know because it's so infrequent that they come to see me that if I don't do well, which is absolutely a possibility.
That's not
okay?
going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either, but I'm realistic in knowing that this is a possibility that I might just flub over my words and not have a good set. But because my family comes and sees me so infrequently, I don't want them to be like, oh, this is what she's been working so hard on.
Dude,
Okay.
my family, you know what pisses me off about my family in regards to this type of shit? Is like, number one, I be hating when like I'll see them and they'll be like, yeah, we going to this comedy show, and I look and it'd be like not me.
You're like, why?
Like, you sharing it, got a group of your girls coming out to the
ladies' night.
we turning up.
You're like,
we getting a
damn.
bottle. I'm like, damn, dude. Like,
Why
alright.
you got a show that night?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other thing is that, like, for me, like, I had to get to a point where they weren't showing up enough to where I was like, hey, like, there was two things that would happen. They would show up on, like, rando shows, and I'm like, why did you, of all the shows,
Of all the shows you decided to come to. Yeah.
you come to the bar show
Yeah. Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere.
Yup.
And you decided to come to this, like, I'm hosting. I'm not even doing a feature or headline to set. You know what I'm saying? Because I do
Yeah.
do that shit. Because I do this shit.
That's right,
Boom.
because this bitch is bad.
But like, then I'm like, dude, like, this is a hosting set. Like, why did you?
Yeah, why the fuck did you come to this?
Why did you come? But then the other thing is that, like, when they do show up, I'm like, and they are not, because my family is really Christian.
Oh.
So, and they've had to deal with my ass for so long. Like, I'm like, listen, I'm
Fucking
doing what the fuck I
heathen.
do. Yeah. I'm doing what the fuck I do.
I'm fine. Everything's good. Skits, you good over there?
Good.
All right, it's just Ash. Hopefully.
So I'm like, this is what the fuck I do. Like, don't come in and be like, wow, you curse a lot. Like, nah, bitch, shut up. I don't interrupt.
You're in my
I
territory.
don't interrupt your sermon and be like, you say God a lot.
Too much. Cut it out. You need to cut it.
You need to cut it. Like, nah, let me rock and do my thing, man.
My, my parents, my dad specifically comes to see me. Shout out, Mr. B. Big fan of KB. My dad, I
love
think,
Jeff.
Yeah, I think my dad wants to adopt KB.
Yes.
He wants to be on this podcast so bad.
I told him he should be on. Did you see my? I told him, I was like, you need to be on the podcast. He's like, I would love to be on your podcast.
Yeah, he asked me when I went over
Jeff
there.
B
he's
was like, I'm
he's
ready.
Like, you got any openings for the? Oh shit, Dad.
Dude, he would be fun as shit.
He would be fun. I know he would. But my dad's super supportive. My dad he tries to come to as many shows as he can. My oldest brother has only seen me, I think this will be his third time seeing me. And the first time he saw me, we did like a birthday dinner at Stonehouse Pub, which, if you remember Stonehouse Pub, was a
Yes.
shit show
Yeah.
most of the time. But, and it wasn't good. It was an open mic. And he understood that. He's like, it's an open mic. And then they came to see me at the Forge when Tim and I
Oh, wow.
performed with Jake,
Jake
the
the
Snake, which was a fucking shit show.
Of course it was.
Of course it was. Because of the double booking and it being a Magic Mike, Horny Housewives type
Hey,
of show.
can y'all just listen to all the bachelorettes and like the bachelor parties and like all them bitches? Can y'all just go to a fucking male strip club and call it, or get
Call
a
it
male
a day.
stripper
Yeah.
and call it a fucking day?
Go get you a
Or,
bus.
or feel free to come to my cabaret.
Yeah.
Or
come
go
to
to
That
Skits.
might be
Skits
my
Cabaret show.
demographic there.
Yes. It
No, that would
be.
actually
I'll
would
take
be
it.
perfect.
That would be
I'll
a
take it.
really, really
Skits.
great.
Wait, hop on the mic, bro, because this dropped Wednesday, so.
Yeah.
Yes. At Comedy Shrine, Thursday, February 13th,
Yeah.
day before Valentine's Day. 8 p.m. show, the Comfortably Chaotic Comedy Cabaret.
I'm going to be there. We can tip
Yep.
performers, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Is this going to be in the
encouraged.
improv room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Good.
But yeah, it's a mix of drag, burlesque, music, live comedy, games, surprises.
Oh, I'm excited.
Should be a very fun show. And yes, tipping of the performers is encouraged.
Yes.
I got my money ready.
Either by hand or a bucket. There's
By hand, baby.
well,
yes.
some performers may prefer the bucket.
Bucket.
Okay.
just so it
All right.
doesn't
That's fair. That's fair. No.
Interfere
the
with their
thing,
thing,
Their
yeah.
performance, yeah.
yeah.
I guess I should be more considerate. I'm like, no, I want to touch
But
them.
no, I just
I'm so excited for that show.
I am
Skits.
too.
I just
am too.
hosted a drag show, Dragzilla out in the city.
Yeah.
And I did stand up mid show.
How'd that go?
It went better than I think I had expected.
Yeah.
It was different because it's a bar. It's very it's rowdy. It's
Right.
noisy. We've got everybody amped up. So there was a definite noise that I had to carry over.
Right.
But the people who were right up on the stage and attentive were like
Yeah.
right there for it.
Yeah.
So,
We should go. We should
but
go.
I got
We
tipped.
need to go to
I
a
got
drag
tipped
show.
for that.
Nice.
'Cause I was like, well, if you're going to be tipping performers, you can either laugh when I'm funny or tip me because I'm cute.
It
worked.
It worked.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Up to my
I would have
payday.
did both.
Nice. Yeah. Me too.
But I did both. No, we definitely need to get out to a
I
drag
know
show,
Skits
man.
invites me like every time, and I'm a dick, and I never go.
Dude,
but
I used
yeah,
to
we
go
gotta
to Hydrate every Wednesday with one of my homegirls. We used to go to Hydrate on Wednesday nights. That was so much fun. I remember. Wait, hold up. This is hilarious. And I used to go to Baton Lounge.
Okay.
And those, yeah, that it's an expensive night, but it was totally worth it. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Those performers are outstanding, and
Yeah.
Hydrate was. I don't know if they're still doing it like that. I haven't been in a while. Are they still doing Wednesdays?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I really only get to go to one show a month just because it is
Yeah.
an expensive
Right.
outing.
Yeah,
if you wanna-
it is. It is.
If you want to tip and
Tip
Right.
do
and
the
support the
thing and-
performers.
Yeah,
as
and
you should.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, we do. We know
Yeah.
the struggle.
So
And they work
That's why
infinitely
I'm
more
trying
hard.
to bring that into
yeah.
comedy.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you can throw money at
Hey,
it. It's cool.
you know
I'll
what?
take it.
Yeah.
I did a show. Shout out to Jason Acevedo. He had me on the show on Friday night, and he did like there was a flat rate for the performers, but then he did tipping, and so he was like, hey, the performers came out. You know, it was out in Libertyville at the Improv Playhouse, and shout out to them. The owner was really cool and really nice and accommodating, and it was sold the fuck out.
Damn.
It
Is that spot happening? 'Cause I deliver right near there, but I've never.
Oh
been
man,
there.
it's outstanding. I have to give it to him. Outstanding, and Jason has done a great job of connecting with the singles group. And that singles group was in there deep. Like deep.
Okay.
But they were tipping, man. And I
Hell
walked
yeah.
away. My base was like pretty much like gas money. The tipping was outstanding.
Oh, that's
And
That's
all the
wonderful.
performers got to walk away with like holy shit, like this is a great night.
Hell yeah.
And a lot
That's
of people, if you are up there like rocking it and really performing and doing the best you got, a lot of people will tip. I will tip if I see the effort, the time. If you up there half-assed, I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna toss this $5 in, but you, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was so. I think that's dope that you're doing that with your show, man.
well, and same thing like you were talking about. One of the things I especially coming from a background in music and coming from a background in pro wrestling where merch is one of the big
Yeah,
Yeah.
things. Like all my performers have a base rate, then the tipping on top of
Mm-hmm.
that, then merch space if they have anything they want to sell.
yeah.
Like I want us all to get paid.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
we do a lot for free.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
won't say that I won't do stuff for free.
Right.
Like I'll do stuff
Dude,
for free if it's
my-
stuff I want to do.
My
Produce a show
job
for
don't
free.
even pay enough, but I like legit. Comedy has saved me so
same.
many times.
Just like a little. Hey, I'm gonna do a quick show for some. Just gas money,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, dude.
I just need gas money in my
Yeah.
fucking car.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah, dude. Like comedy has saved me. Like there are times where I was like, "Wow, this paycheck is trash" because I
Yep.
paid this bill,
Yep.
and then I would have like a whole bunch of shows lined up, and it's like, "Oh, well,
I'll be all right.
I'll be all right."
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Like, and that's what we need, man. And that's what. And I'm so proud of like all the comedians and artists that are working to make sure that artists are paid.
Oh,
because
for sure.
that's absolutely like,
We don't get paid in
We don't-
exposure, baby.
yeah, we don't, and
That's not a thing.
and the hard work that, like, if people really look at how long it takes to break through, I'll give you an example. There's a rapper. Do you guys listen to like hip hop?
Yes.
All right. Have you guys heard of Griselda?
Yeah.
You fuck with Griselda?
I know of.
All right.
Yeah, I don't
They were
do.
just on Fallon.
Mm-hmm.
They're from Buffalo, New York. They're dope as fuck. Dope. Like if you like Wu Tang, if you like that '90s boom cack, dope ass lyricists, dope ass lyrics, swaggy, cool shit. Griselda is it.
Yeah.
And so, all of them cats are over 30.
Okay.
And Benny the Butcher, who's a part of Griselda, he talked about how he was like, I was a drug dealer making. He's like, and in my early 30s, and now I'm able to pay everything and have more doing music. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to. He's like, don't give up, don't stop,
Yeah.
because like, and I was like, that's really, really cool to see that. Because as comedians, like sometimes we get in a like, oh, this person broke through at 19 or 20. And it's like, if you really look at comedy, most people don't break through within their first 5 or 6 years. They break through year 14, 15, 16. It is not, it's a marathon, man. Like, you have to keep going, but you have to grow and learn in that process. You can't keep making the same mistakes. And one of the biggest things is undervalue. We as comedians, the self-deprecation has seeped into our mental to where we think that we're not worthy of
She
it.
ain't never lied,
And you don't understand how much people appreciate the fact that they can spend an hour and not think about shit but laugh.
Right.
That is a value.
That is
don't
so
ever
fucking true.
undervalue what the fuck we're doing, dude.
I was just talking about the guy I was talking to at the donut, wishing that he was a comedian and me wishing that I could do music. That was like one of the things. Like, that was a big part of it. It was. I forgot what I was saying. While I was saying it.
Well, we were talking about the value of like understanding our value.
Because that's what I had said. Because I was like, I feel like comedy is just like dying because they give everybody a fucking Netflix special or everybody a Comedy Central special. People don't want to put pants on. And I get that. I don't want to put pants on. So maybe if I wanted to watch comedy, I could just like go on fucking Netflix. And he disagreed with me, but you're so right of us being more self-deprecating about what we do than anybody else. And as much as they're like, no, that's not true. That's not true. I'm like, when's the last comedy show you went to? And they're like, I'm like, yeah.
No, and the thing is like with comedy, here's the funny part. All right, to put this into perspective, you have Jess Niche, who just did a special with Showtime under Monique.
I got to perform with her.
Yes.
Thanks to
I got to
Kiwi.
book her.
Yeah.
Corey Bell, who I got to book.
Yep.
All right. Just did a special with Monique. She's touring with Monique.
Yep.
Showtime.
Yep.
And Comedy Central. T. Murph, who I hung out with in Atlanta. Brandy Denise, who is the homie. I love her. Chris Red, who is the homie. I love him.
Yep.
Dave Hellum, who I always have great conversations with, is the head writer for Raven's Home. Is still doing comedy. You have all of this shit, Joey Villagomez. You have Jim Flanagan recording his album in March. Make sure y'all check that shit out.
It's about time.
It's about time.
Yeah.
What it's called, and also yes.
But here's Pat McGann.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, looking at all of these components that are happening within our scene, what I laugh at is that people don't realize Corey and Jess Niche were doing free shows just a year and a half ago that they were hosting and putting comedians on in your own fucking city for free.
For free.
You guys are
You
missing
missed out.
out. Go to live comedy. Look it up and go to live comedy shows. I guarantee you in Chicago area, you're going to see people who are going to be in TV within
no
the next
doubt.
5 years.
No doubt.
You guys are missing out. You don't understand how good this fucking scene is.
I
and how
had to
talented people
cancel
are.
on I had to turn down. I didn't cancel. I didn't get booked for it. I turned it down first and then later performed at it. But a DIY show in Chicago, JJ's Diner. Okay. The show that I turned down that I could not do, Hannibal Buress showed up to.
Right.
And he does that shit all the fucking time.
So does Kyle Kinane, dude.
Yeah.
I did an open mic, and I remember I was just waiting there, and I looked over at me and my friend Ben. He was up from St. Louis. Shout out to Ben Flug. And he was up, and he's like, "Is that Kyle Kinane?" And I look over, and I'm like, "That is fucking Kyle Kinane at this fucking open mic."
Yeah.
And then, of course, like, certain comedians called each other and made sure they were there. Whatever. It's cool. I get it. I would do the same.
Right.
And, but he was just working out material, man.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is like, this scene is so rich and so outstanding with great talent. I mean, you're sitting with, like, 4 of us right now, And like and it's not to toot our own horn and be like, oh, we're the shit. No, it's like, hey,
We do stuff.
we do stuff, and
We're
they're
right here.
They're right here. Like, watch and follow right now, because then you get to say like, oh, I got to see them when it was
Yeah.
this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, this scene is gonna blow up.
Oh,
I
for sure.
guarantee you, the Chicago.
Well, that's the thing. Like
whole
the
scene is
donut.
gonna
Like
blow
people
up.
want to shit on Joliet and shit, but we run a show here where we bring some really fucking good comedians who I feel are a lot of them are on their fucking way. And
Yeah.
you can come to the donut and watch them for
free.
and we give you food. Like, why would you want to do that?
And then what's funny is like when people finally do get on,
And then
people,
you'll pay $100 to go see them.
Yeah.
Like, why? You could have seen them in a donut shop. Like, introduced yourself. You're that close to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I guess people don't know, and maybe that's on us for doing more promotion. But like, damn, dude, it is right here,
It's
and you guys
right,
don't
like,
even
it's
know it.
Right. It's
I mean,
right here.
Niche, like Tanisha Rice, that was a show in Aurora, okay, and now like I'm seeing her on flyers with fucking Monique and yeah, and I'm like,
Big
I
James
fucking
and, like,
performed with her on a little stage in Aurora for very little money, like,
Yeah.
and you could
Well,
have.
no, we paid her.
You guys, no,
we
I mean
paid.
they paid to get in very
Oh
little
yeah,
money to
yeah,
go see her.
yeah. The tickets are like $20.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like, I was so happy to pay her.
Oh yeah.
I know where. I don't. I'm not gonna put anybody. I'm not gonna put numbers out there, but she was really happy to receive it, and that made me so fucking happy
Yeah.
because like. In the same way with Corey Bell, and both of them are beasts on stage, man. Beasts on stage. And, like, for me, it's just, like, it makes me, like, so happy to hand money over
Yep.
to a comedian and be like, yo, you killed that shit. Thank you
He
so
deserved that
much.
shit so hard.
So much. Thank you so much for doing this. And it's like, when you're able to do that, like, we should... Like, a lot of motherfuckers be like, oh, well, I'm producing a show, so I deserve a... I get that. Yes, you do. But here's the thing. Without them, you ain't got a
You
show.
don't have a show.
Oh, yeah.
Your producing skills of that show don't mean shit if you don't have any talent for
You're
it.
serving three masters at any given show. You're serving the venue,
Yeah.
you're serving the audience, you're serving the performers.
Yeah.
Because the performers have to want to come back and to tell other people that they want to do the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
The audience has to want to come back or tell people they want to come to the show. And the venue has to want you to
Oh,
run
absolutely.
a show. You have to be good for the venue.
Yeah.
You are the last priority on the list.
Oh yeah.
You know what
you
I'm
don't
saying?
matter.
Yeah, and so, like, it's like, but as some comedians don't understand that, like, dude, I know the struggle of trying to pay bills. So,
Oh,
if I
God.
have the opportunity to help other fellow comedians, fellow artists, I'm going to do that. I don't like doing shows where I can't put money in your pocket because
Right.
I understand the struggle.
Yeah.
What I have an issue with is with comedians who know the fucking struggle and still try to fuck over the artist. I'm like, dude, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't, because you know what the struggle is. Why would
Yeah.
you perpetuate the bullshit instead of changing the narrative?
'Cause
We
it's hard to
have the
change
power,
system.
but we have the power. There are more independently run shows than there are clubs.
Venues
Oh,
got to
yeah.
do better with that shit too, specifically comedy clubs. Like, I know you got to keep your lights on and your doors open, but in order to do that, you need to bring your performers and make sure that your performers want to come back. Because if you're fucking them over every time that they come there to perform, why the fuck
Why the
would
fuck
they,
would they perform
agree to
there?
do another show there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, yeah,
Well,
Our
part
our
of-
venue's good to us. The Drunken Donut, great venue, stands good to us. Either you have donuts or sometimes he'll be like, I made you food. So we get both.
That chicken was flame.
It was
dude.
so for my birthday.
I don't know
Stan,
what he
it's
did.
my husband.
but
He
that
can
was
cook.
delicious, man.
He can cook.
Shout out to Stan.
Stan the man.
Stan the man.
But I mean, we don't take much out of that show. We produce it. We put really good comedians on it, and we try to give people opportunities on that show. People that haven't gotten the opportunities before. But like,
And the other thing is this is like, I don't produce. I should be a producer and booker, because I think I would do really well at it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to deal with it. But
It's a pain in the ass.
It is. But I will say this much. Comedians, man, we got to get better at business, man. Like, artists have to get better at business. Like, one of the things that I don't think, like, people are like, dude, how are you paying out these comedians? I was like, I went and got sponsors.
Which was the smartest thing.
Like, I was like,
Everyone's like, KB got sponsors. Dude, I'm like, yeah, you get paid, huh? And I was telling her, I was like, if KB asks you to do one of her shows, fucking do it.
because I'm not going to let you walk away empty-handed.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
I will never.
I mean, I haven't done a show for you like that you were booking that I didn't get fed, that I didn't get paid, that I didn't get a drink in my belly.
Dude, all it is a conversation with the owner. Like, listen,
Yep.
dude, this is what's going to happen, da-da-da. If they know that I have sponsors, they're like, well, okay, then we don't have to work. All right, so I took away you having to shill out anything, any money. All right, so you don't have, but what I do need, and it's a cost that you've already paid for, because I work in an industry where I know what that is. You already paid for the food. It's already there.
Right.
You already paid for the alcohol. It's already there. They can get free food and free drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
cool.
it not just like, I mean, that was at every venue you did a show at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've been to shows that I wasn't booked on, like Tim got booked on that I would go to, and Tim was always taken care of. I've been to shows where, you know, and well, that venue was kind of a clusterfuck.
That was a
but
clusterfuck,
you guys
but
did
that wasn't-
everything and that wasn't you guys. That was the venue and the
fucking
staff.
venue, and that venue is straight trash and whatever. But and I didn't want to do it at the venue. But
I know,
whatever,
but you guys made it work.
Well, we made it work.
Yeah.
But the thing is like have that conversation and then just build like you know what that helped me, and I realized this, and I gotta shout out my cousin Mike for teaching me this. Is that
Tim's number one fan?
Oh God, he still loves Timmy.
Yeah, and
He
then
still
I'm
loves
just,
Timmy.
I'm
He
just
still
Tim's
asks
sister.
about he still asks about Timmy. Like, how's Timmy? I'm like, he don't even ask about my career.
You're like, thanks, cuz. What's Timmy up to these days? He does. He loves Tim.
He loves Timmy. Is that I learned the one thing about like, all right, establishments have the food and the drink already, so like ask them for it. Don't be afraid to ask them for it. The other thing is that I was running a networking night, and that is how I linked up with the sponsors. Go to like find different networking shit, because a lot of businesses are trying to find ways to promote themselves that are like really cost effective. And guess what? Businesses will spend $300 to sponsor a night, and guess what? They'll promote it within their company.
Oh yeah.
So like, you know what I'm saying? So there's different ways to do the shit, and it takes time. Like my comedy took a hit because I was doing that shit, but I wanted to see if like, am I tripping or can this be done? And I was like, yeah, it can be done.
Yep.
It can be done. And the other thing is that, like, you know, there's little things that you can do that will create, like, you know, if you're a club and you don't have a graphic designer creating for you, you're an idiot, because branding is super huge.
Yeah.
And your reputation is super huge, and the presentation of what you're doing is huge. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you have to be aware of all those components. And I think that because a lot of comedians self-produce, they're, like, you know, I've seen comedians, I don't start a show thinking, I'm going to put this person on a show so I can get on their show.
Right.
I put people on because I'm like, they're really funny and they're really good.
And
they're really good lineup.
this works with this lineup.
This works with this lineup. You have to think, like, comedians booking some and producing, you have to step out of comedy and think like business minded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. This has been a super like shop talk podcast.
No, but that's
But it's
for
you're right.
any artist. Like,
Yeah, you could take this
you
advice
could
in
take
any
that
venue.
Any venue,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a musician, like we were talking about how musicians and comedians are very similar. It is, you know, very similar. I think the one difference is that comedians will, musicians will be like, this is our rate, this is our price.
Right.
This is what it is.
I know.
If you ain't doing it,
There was a time.
this ain't happening, bro.
There's a band that I'm close with that we may or may not have had on this podcast before, But I went and watched them perform, and then like the next day they posted like what they made, because they put a tip jar out and the venue paid them, and it's a venue that we all have worked at. And I'm like, oh damn, you pay your musicians really fucking well.
If you think that's wild, you should see what a cover band, a good
Cover band.
They make the most bank of any
I
band
bet
that's
I
not,
know
like,
I know a really good
nationally
cover band
touring.
too, and I'm like, they're booked all the fucking
and
time.
make money.
Who's this,
You
Mike
write
and Joe?
originals, you get $20. You get $20 a night if you've
American
got
English?
Yeah.
There's so because this is just you and I know we're not like rolling die and having segments, but there are two things that we can do today. One of them that we did get an email for bad advice,
We did.
and also we have a rose to give away. So
Yes, we do. 8.5 feet of media accurate.
Okay, good. What do you want to do?
Let's do our rows.
Okay.
Because I really like the Russ, and we brought him up already.
All right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. On this rendition of "Kiss from a Rose."
Dude, I will forever laugh.
No, I want it to be like our text tone. Like when we get an email on the Happy Corner thought line or something, I want it to be that. Okay, this week.
The more I listen to it, the less worse it is. Though.
Actually, this bangs,
those
dude.
harmonies weren't too bad.
We did great, actually. I don't know what the problem is.
We're gonna be in the next. What's that little musical film where they do the acapella singing? What is that?
Oh, my God. Pitch
Pitch
Perfect.
Perfect. We going Pitch Perfect 5.
And it's just us doing
Yeah.
Kiss from a Rose.
We do
We're
a
like,
Kiss
we
fr-
can't beat.
We gonna do Juveniles. But in 99, 2000s.
Cash Money taking it. All right. So, KB and I discussed it. We agreed on it. We think that the person most deserving of a rose,
Motherfucking Jim Flanagan, baby.
Jimothy,
My little elf.
your little elf on the shelf, Jim Flanagan, who is finally fucking recording an album.
Yes. You know what? Wait, hold up. Let me
Wanted
let
it.
me speak on a,
I've just wanted it for
let
so
me
long.
let me speak on this guy right here.
All right. Let me light up.
Let me yeah, go for it. Let me speak on this king. Let me speak on
This king, you're right.
Let me speak on this king. Now, Jim Flanagan, first off, is one of the most humble dudes
Yes.
I have ever seen. Ever. And that's what you find with great comedians, is that they're truly humble and they understand the process and they like to laugh. But he truly is not afraid to drop gems when you need them.
Oh, absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? And he's super supportive. And he's a super big part of the Chicago and the Chicago suburbs.
Yeah, he's got his feet. He's
Scene.
got his toes in both of those
Suburban
waters.
scene. And what I love about Jim, because I like to be an asshole towards Jim,
Oh, absolutely.
because it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just fun.
Jim can be an asshole.
Yeah, because
too.
what?
That's
Yeah,
what- yeah, we
yeah.
get it. You give it, you take it.
Get right. But what I like about him is that he's always dropping, like I said, those gems and everything. But what I admire the most about what he's doing with this album is that, and I'm gonna keep it a buck, there's a lot of people dropping albums, comedy albums,
That shouldn't be.
that should not be dropping an album.
They ain't ready,
They're not there.
which is
And-
fine.
And that's okay, because you got to do what works best for you at that time. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that I really, truly appreciate somebody like Jim, who's well-respected everywhere, taking the time to say, hey, you know what? Let me make sure everything is so on point
Right.
that I know for a fact,
I'm
because I'm going
ready.
to be there,
Yup.
that it's gonna bang from the moment he steps on the stage to the moment he walks off the stage.
Absolutely.
And there are comedy specials on Netflix that don't do that,
Right.
but I know that Jim Flanagan
Oh,
has that
same.
in him and will do that.
Same.
And that's the reason why, like, peace to the king, for real, dopeness. Jim Flanagan, I absolutely adore you. You're one of my biggest inspirations, and you're the reason why I really take comedy like I look at it a different way because of
Because
you.
of Jim.
Every single conversation that I have with him is always there's something morsel of like knowledge that I take away from
Right.
it of how to operate in this game and in this system. And I'm gonna keep it real. Like Jim has really looked out for me.
Yeah.
In times where he's like, dude, you know you can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like you or like, hey, I'm recommending you for this. Like here's and he's always been so incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
And even if he wasn't towards me, I don't give a fuck. He's so supportive
Of everybody.
of everyone.
Yeah.
And everybody growing and getting good and being better,
Yeah.
that I truly, truly appreciate everything about Jim Flanagan. Thank you so much. That's my piece on it.
With that said, because Jim is such a supportive comedian, like I feel like he goes to every recording he can go to. He tries to support. I mean, he hustles, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have all the free time in the world. But comedians who listen to this podcast, if you're not going to Jim's album recording, fucking shame on you.
Yeah.
So let's support Jim. Jim, I will
and-
always have a soft spot.
Oh my God, yeah. And dude, I was so happy. Thursday night, I was at Josephine's. That's my spot. Shout out to Brad Mike Remley and Stephanie Carroll, and Mike and Jen over there. Jim popped up.
Yeah.
And somebody was hugging me. I was like, who the fuck is this? And it was Jim. And I was like, oh, well, it's Jim.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And and the first thing he said in his set was, he was like, yeah, man, I'm in the process of getting rid of the day job. Like because comedy is so much fun. I need to do this full time.
Oh.
And it warmed my heart
yeah.
so fucking much, and it made me so excited because I'm like, I remember like
That's where
2
he
years
needs to
ago. 2 years ago, I was like, dude, why are you still working?
Yeah.
Like, why? What is? You know what
do
I'm saying?
comedy.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I got to take care of this and that, and whatever. And to see him be at that point, I was like, it touched me so much because I was like, that dude.
That's what needs to.
That
That's what we all want.
I want to see that dude
Yeah.
win. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Jim. Hey, here's your kiss from a rose from the Happy Corner podcast. We love you. You're always welcome. You know what I'm saying?
We love you.
We love you, Jim.
James came to Mojo's on Tuesday, and I was sitting there. I was sitting at the table with Nellie. Nellie came by to take pictures, and I get a text from Jim, and he's like, "Are you at Mojo's?" Which is a silly question.
That's a silly question.
I'm always at Mojo's, and I was like, "Yeah," and I get a text back that says, "Where?" And so I knew he was there, so I turned around, and he was, I was so excited to see him. It's been a while since he came to Mojo's, and I went up last, and Jim took me out. Jim knows that I have the Laugh Factory today. He knew on Tuesday that I had it this weekend, and he's like, do you need to talk about anything? And we were upstairs I mean, we only had like a 10-minute conversation, but he helped me so much, like work through a couple of my jokes.
Yeah.
And that's what Jim has always, like, I have tags. I don't take tags from people, but I always do from Jim.
Then let's put it on record. Some of y'all tags be trash.
Garbage.
Jim, what's dope about Jim is like, some of my comedy friends will give me tags. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Jim never gives me tags. He'll be like,
When you
I
said
like.
this,
He's like, he'll be like, I like what you're working out because like what's so dope about him? And dude, we are really sucking his dick right now.
I know.
But whatever.
I love Jim.
But like we really are. But like one of the cool things is like he's like a special ed teacher. Like because the way that he mentors comedians is based on that individual.
Yeah.
Like he'll be like, yo, he'll tell me like, yo, that premise and everything is good. Like I like where you're going. That's funny. And then that for me is like,
it's not done.
It's not done, but I'm like, yeah, like thank you for like because I wasn't sure if everybody got what that was.
That's exactly what he did to me.
Yeah.
He goes, your joke about this, and he goes, that's really good. And he's like, you can expand on that. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and I really think you should. He's like, you should, hey, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, so we talked it through, and I was like, oh, God. I felt so much better because,
Yeah.
I have anxiety about this show tonight. I felt so much better about it because Jim's got your back.
Yes.
whenever Jim's got your back. And here's the thing. I will one last thing about Jim. Jim is
and Jim, take this blowjob.
yeah, just take
Just
it, enjoy
take this
it,
blowjob.
sit back and enjoy it, dude.
It's 2 miles on one dick and balls. Like,
Lucky you.
like
All your dreams are
you
coming true.
yeah, dude. Well, he did it. Well,
So the thing about Jim that I really love, and I'll tell people, and maybe this is gonna make someone go, oh shit. Jim is very nice and supportive. If Jim does not roast your ass,
he don't
he
fuck
probably
with
don't
you.
fucking like you.
He don't fuck with you.
Which is what I like about Jim.
Yeah.
Like he still apologizes to me for fucking with me so hard at Josephine's that I thought I lost
Yes.
my mind. Like he
Yes.
feels bad about it, but he's like, it was still hilarious.
I will, in off air, I will tell you a story that I told him on Thursday
Oh Lord.
about a particular comedian.
Oh, I can't
Anyways,
wait. I can't wait.
anyways,
Let's wrap this up.
we love you, Jim.
Yeah.
We love you, Jim, and here's your roses. Hit it, Timmy.
All right, let's stop talking about Jim. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I can't believe we sucked his dick. That
so
was like 10
hard.
minutes.
I know. What are we doing
I haven't
with our
sucked
lives?
dick in a really long
I
time,
know,
but
girl.
that was
man.
wow.
You poor thing, and it was Jim's.
traumatic. It was Jim's.
This is Jim's.
The little elf. That motherfucker looked like an elf.
I
We
feel
love
like
you, Ned.
I feel like it's a good time to maybe go into
Go into that bad advice.
bad advice. All right.
Pulled up.
Yeah, it's right here. Okay, maybe it's not. It's
You
on
want
this,
me to, you want me
it's
to,
on this
all
one.
right, so
It's on
I
this one.
will do my feats of mediocrity
Yeah,
while
go
you put. All right, feats of mediocrity. I'm gonna make a jingle for this shit too. I'm gonna practice on my guitar. So
Sweet.
yeah, feats of mediocrity. The past 2 weeks we've had J Lo, who low key I enjoyed the Super Bowl.
I did too.
I
That was
enjoyed the
great.
halftime. Hey, security little freak, man. I like the little tongue action, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. But no, that was really good, but you're still mediocre as fuck. All right, but you're super talented, but mediocre. I don't know how she does it. That is a skill as fuck, dude.
I know.
That is a skill to be like mediocre, but really
Really good at being mediocre.
Yeah, dude.
No,
that
I
is
get
a
it.
fucking skill. And so this one is gonna take a slightly political turn.
Oh Lord,
And we
I'm
don't
ready
get
for
it.
it.
We don't get into politics like that.
I'm ready for it.
But I'm gonna say this much: when I was a young child, it was KB's feats of mediocrity. I remember elementary school's teachers being like, "You can be anything that you want to be. You can be a doctor. You can be a president, whatever." I have gotten to the point where, at first, when I was growing up, I thought that was bullshit.
Yeah.
Now seeing Congress and our president, I'm like, yeah, I could totally run for fucking office. Dude,
I mean,
like,
who couldn't?
dude,
At this point.
AOC used to be a bartender, fam. Like, I could seriously, like,
Yeah.
and so feats of mediocrity is just politicians in general, fam. Like, that is a feat of mediocrity if I've ever seen it in my entire life, dude. Like, these motherfuckers have no clue. Bloomberg is just a rich dude who is mediocre as fuck, to be real.
Bernie's whole platform is being mediocre. I said Bernie's whole platform is being
being mediocre.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. It's like, hey, we get along with everybody. Like, dude, you know what pisses me off about Bernie though? Like,
What?
I like Bernie Sanders, but here's my whole thing about Bernie Bros. Like, chill the fuck out.
Oh,
first
Bernie
off.
Bros like ruin it for everybody.
For
Like you
every-
can't just like Bernie and then
Yeah.
people just assume you're a Bernie bro. I'm
Right.
like, I just want Bernie to be my grandfather. Like I want to visit his lake house in Vermont, okay? Like
But how you gonna be like, oh yeah, civil rights, and then you move to Vermont, which is like one of the whitest states and smallest states. Like, I was like, you mediocre motherfucker. Like, you
He
were
is
19,
mediocre.
20 years old, and you were like, ah, fuck the establishment. And then, but anyways, what I'm saying is that the fact of is like, what I'm getting at is that, like, I used to think that you needed something to be special about being a politician. No,
Not no more.
not anymore. Like there is like our president spray tans.
You know
And
what?
if that is not the most mediocre basic bitch shit ever,
You know what fucks me up
I
about
don't
that?
know what
Is I don't think he spray tans because of that picture that came out. I think that's just makeup. Because when you spray tan, you usually like have this pulled back.
No,
to get
fam.
that.
No, I know what it is. I know what he's doing. And because I worked with a lady that did this shit.
Oh Lord.
And she had the same wild ass hair too. Love her, whatever. But anyways, what it is that there is a tanning like lotion and sheen combination that you can do that puts on that makes it look like you're tanning, but you haven't tanned. So if you don't apply it right, it looks like Trump.
Yeah.
like that's
There's a
what's
segment for Trump. Where were your friends?
yeah, dude. Like, fam.
Come on. They
Bruh.
should not let you leave
If
the
they-
White House.
I know they could put it, dude.
He tried to say it was fake news. It's like an official White House
Can't tell
picture.
that motherfucker nothing.
He's like, that's fake news.
Fam,
That's not a real picture.
Bro, like, tanning beds aren't even that expensive if you're
No,
that rich.
no.
Like, just throw one in the Oval Office, fam.
Right. I'm surprised you don't have one.
Like, seriously, like, that shit is straight
Oh, it's
mediocre, basic bitch shit.
It's so bad.
Like, I feel
Yeah,
like he
you look
walk
like you're
around
on
the
your way
White
to
House.
prom, dude. Come
Dude,
on.
he looked like he walk around the White House wearing Uggs. Like,
Could you imagine if Donald Trump cried? Like, the runs. that would be-
streaks.
Love it. He's like, I wasn't crying. No, I wasn't. You're like, oh, okay.
Why do you think his whole under eye looks like that?
Oh my God, it's so
Fam.
bad.
Fam, and then whoever did Melania's basic ass makeup for the State of the Union, you need to be fucking fired.
I feel so bad for
She
her.
looks straight zoobly zoo, fam.
She looks
That
like
was
she's
terrible.
being held hostage. Innocent. She's like, I just wanted a sugar daddy. What the
Yeah.
fuck is this? I feel
Yeah.
bad for her.
But feats of mediocrity, man. Congress, the president,
All of it.
y'all have shown us that, you know what? I think I'm going to run for office.
You really could do anything.
Yeah, I'm going to run for office, fam. I'm going to become like, hey, man, I'm becoming the governor of Illinois.
Do it. Do
I
it.
am. Like, and there's a lot of bullshit going to stop. But, like, for real, like, you have shown that a C and D student, and I'm not just talking about our president,
No, all of them.
a lot of them
Yeah.
are not the
We saw you.
brightest bulb in
We saw
in
you
the
in
light.
the impeachment
Like,
hearings, man. We got to see all of you
bro,
at once.
bro, yeah. Dude, Matt Gaetz looked like he's about to go to a SIG-up party.
He is.
Every time I
Are
see
you
him.
fucking kidding me? Are you fucking...
Matt Gaetz from Florida, I don't trust a representative from Florida.
No, I never knew. No.
I'm like, Matt Gaetz looked like he still do keg stands. Like,
Yes. Like he gets that like that flushed cheek like he just got done like walking up some stairs.
Yeah.
And he's just like so angry and like like he's such a frat boy. It's
Yeah.
stupid. It's so stupid.
We have a butt chugging Supreme Court.
You're right. We do. Butt chugging. You know, we're just butt chugging, have a good time.
yeah.
It is you're right. That is a really good
Feats of mediocrity,
yeah.
fam. Like, hey, if
It's
you
so true.
like, if you like, hey, if you're on Facebook and you're like, man, fuck down with them, hey, fam, listen, build up your followers on social media.
You got this.
You got this. You
Yeah.
can totally become. There's enough out there to where you honestly can at least land in Congress somewhere.
Somewhere.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then you could just be like the Kennedys and just be drunks and shit and have your own desk in Congress and just hang out until you die.
Yep.
And you're getting paid to do this shit. Like, seriously, though. Feats of mediocrity, I gotta give it to Congress, our entire political system.
All you
Y'all,
politicians.
all of y'all, Democrats, Independents, Republicans, all of y'all are some mediocre ass douchebags that don't have any shit figured out. And I could
Oh,
easily fucking do your job. I don't even need to know how to read at this point. Like,
No,
I can
you're-
use some YouTube tutorials and I'm fucking good, dude. And
Just say like the words you need to say.
Yeah.
And any filler in between. people are like,
Medicare,
yeah.
universal,
Yeah.
healthcare,
They'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Black people. I'm black.
9/11
I'm
was
a
bad.
lesbian.
Yeah. Oh, KB's in,
I'm
dude.
in there, bitch. Like,
Yeah. You got a black lesbian? You're in, dude.
Yeah.
You got this.
dude, old white dudes love me. Like, get the fuck out
It's
of here, man.
true.
I'm running, man. I'm
You
running.
should.
I'm gonna have skits on my team. Aimee, Timmy only. I'm gonna still do podcasts and shit. Smoke weed.
Yeah.
Smokes weed in the chambers and shit like that.
Oh, for sure. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? It's
We could do
legal in
what-
DC.
Yeah, we could do whatever the fuck we want, apparently.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna show up with four locals and shit.
I'm ready for the meeting.
Yo, dude, like I got Coke, 4 locals.
They're like, is that chocolate milk? Did you? You could only drink certain things. I'm like, Jesus. Fucking
Hey,
Christ.
get the fuck out of here, man. So that's my feats of media.
I love it. It's a
Yeah.
good one.
It is, cause like, dude, like I really like after all this shit, I was like, dude, I'm running. I mean, and I'm beating up Kanye West. If we go, dude, I
Oh,
could get more people.
It's
to
gonna
like
be
me than
KB
Kanye.
versus Kanye. Oof. Who's gonna win the Iowa caucus? No one, probably. They won't get the They won't get the results for another week.
Hey, wait, hold up. I do want to say one thing about the Iowa caucuses, though. All right. First off,
Iowa caucus.
Biden, drop your old ass the fuck out the race already.
How does people, dude? Biden is like at that age where he says shit that you're like, don't say that.
I'm like, aren't you supposed to be fishing somewhere? like she
Giving
could
off
be
the
fishing
real
or
creepy uncle vibe, dude. Come on.
shouldn't you be drinking whiskey in a rocking chair
Let it
right now?
go.
Like, go chill out somewhere. But I will say this much: like, what pisses me off about the Iowa caucuses are, I've been in Iowa, hung out in Iowa. That's not a diverse state. I don't know why you're doing that in Iowa. when
I go to Iowa a few times a year because my nephew goes to
the
college
only
in
good
Iowa.
thing that came out of Iowa was
Bunch
a
of white
Slipknot.
kids. Yeah. Barely. Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
And yeah, so I go to my nephew's college to watch him play football, and very white school, also a Catholic college, so we pray before the football games, which is something I've never done.
That's
before.
blasphemous as fuck.
It is fucking weird. They're like, please stand for the prayer before the football game, and I'm like, what? But yeah,
Because football is a religion.
it's
You not Texas? Get the
yeah,
fuck out
half
of
of those
here,
kids
Iowa.
are probably seeing fucking Jesus when they get hit. Shit.
But bro, no, like, and the other thing is that you had Pete and listen, I'm not voting for a motherfucker whose name I can't figure out how to fucking
Pete-
pronounce. How do you pronounce it?
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
Yes.
Buttigieg?
Buttigieg. Yep.
Yo, bro.
Did you see the woman who she picked Pete Buttigieg and then she's
then
like,
found out
he
he
is a
was gay.
same-sex partner. Can I change my vote? I'm like, you fucking.
Man, boy, hold up. She fucked up for that.
Iowa.
But I'll say this much. I'm speaking on the behalf of a lot of black people. We don't fuck with him either.
I don't.
Like
I'm
that-
not a fan.
No, dude, that whole South Bend and what happened with the cops and shit like that, and how
Oh,
he
yeah.
was not proactive, not understanding to the black community at all. Yo, bro, go ahead and try to get voted.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck without the fucking black vote, because the black vote is one of the most consistent votes out of everybody. Because
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Bernie Bros, when he didn't win, they sat the fuck out last election.
That's what happened.
They sat out, and a lot of people, young people, sat the fuck out. And
We can't do that this year.
You can't do that shit this year.
Oh, not
Can't-
if we want that for 4 more years. I don't want
But
that.
if we want to see a basic bitch in Uggs in the White House with a terrible spray tan, sit it out.
Yeah, sit it out.
Sit it out. You know what I'm saying? If
Don't
you-
put pants on.
Yeah, don't put pants on or whatever. But, and happy Black History Month.
Happy
But-
Black History Month, baby.
But no, dude. So that was my feats of mediocrity. Did you like? Hey, if you but for real, there's a lot of people complaining on Facebook. I see y'all.
Oh, we all see it.
Facebook doesn't count for a vote.
No, get out there and vote.
And it doesn't count for shit if you are not active. And to be quite honest, most of the shit that's being fucked up is not done by the president. I mean, he's doing really fucked up shit. But your governors and your senators and your House of Representatives and your mayors and your all that type of shit is doing fucked up shit. And So you need to pay attention to that as well. Thinking that the president is the end all be all of the legislative body. No, motherfuckers, go back and learn the Constitution, because obviously our Senate and our president hasn't learned it. But you can, because you have to do it to pass 8th grade. We all know that. So, like, go back and learn it and realize that, like, local shit is important, too. And for all the douchebags that say, I don't fucking vote, go fuck
Go
yourself.
vote. Then
Go
you don't.
fucking
You can't
vote.
bitch.
Shut the
please.
fuck up. And as a black person, if you're a black person, you're like, oh, I'm not voting. You have just spit on your ancestors' fucking grave. You fucking pieces of shit. Go out there and fucking vote. You ain't one of them white boys that can be like, oh, I don't believe in voting. They got white privilege. They'll be all right.
She ain't wrong. Speaking on behalf of white people, she ain't wrong.
All right. Now, we get into bad advice, bitches.
Bad advice. Bad advice. We just made that one up. All right.
We about to tell you some fucked up shit.
All right. Bad advice. You want to know who it's from?
No.
It's not signed.
No.
All right. All right. Here's how it starts. Hey, Aimee and KB. I'm a big fan of your podcast, What Do We Know, with Hari and Jim. You fucking asshole.
First off, that is a good podcast.
It is a really good podcast. If you don't listen to that, listen to What Do We Know with Hari and Jim. Jim Flanagan.
And
whose
by the
dick we
way,
sucked
hey, I
little
know
bit
the
ago.
motherfuckers listen to our podcast. Since the douchebag wrote that in, y'all need to shout out the Happy Corner podcast on y'all next episode. I'm just saying. All right. I'm just saying. It's
I'm not
fair.
sa-
We shouted y'all
You're
out.
right. You're right. All right. Here's the situation. I went on a date the other night that went very well.
You ain't going on a date. Why are you lying already?
No, once you hear this, you'll believe it. I went on a date the other night that went very well. In fact, it went so well that the girl actually paid for all my drinks. At least I'm assuming she did. I blacked out at some point, and when I woke up the next morning, there weren't any charges on my debit card. Despite the date going extraordinarily well, get this, the broad ghosted me. It's like she didn't even know I'm a Burby award-winning comedian. To be clear.
Did he put that on his Tinder profile?
Yes. It says, to be clear, she did know this. I made sure to mention I won a Burby 4 or 5 times in the first hour. That way she'd know she was lucky enough to be drinking hams with one of her betters.
Did he know why he was ghosted?
Lot of good that did, he says. Anyway, it's been 5 days since I talked to her, and 37 of my calls have gone to her voicemail. So, what kind of dick pic should I send her? Is the question. KB, don't forget
right.
this is bad advice.
Yes. All right. So
I would say dress your dick up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm so glad that you wrote in about this, actually, because
Yeah.
if you're gonna send a dick pic, first off,
Get creative.
like get a sombrero or something and a
yeah,
poncho.
like a little one.
And
Why
a
don't you
poncho
take
to
those
cover the
little
balls,
umbrellas for
'cause-
the drinks?
Yeah.
Oh my God, and
Bam.
put it in the tip of your dick.
Dude,
Why wouldn't you do that?
Get a little sombrero and a poncho, because the ponchos will cover the balls, and the balls are kind of ugly. So the poncho will cover the balls, and so that's
Correct.
like that's
Right
on
there, your
point.
dick
your,
looks
Your
better.
dick looks better, and if it's a little poncho, it'll make the dick look bigger because it has a backdrop.
Know your angles, first
yeah.
of all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then if you put a little tiny sombrero on the tip of the dick, like make sure it's nice and hard. You know what I'm saying? Like watch whatever gay porn you need to do or whatever.
Get ready. Get ready for it.
Get super
Does
hard.
anyone send soft dick pics? Does anybody send a thing?
It happened.
It happens. I've
be
had
like,
some
get your
homegirls
little
that was
fucking
like,
worm out of here, dude.
no,
Get
I
outta
had a
here.
homegirl who was like, I didn't know if it was soft or hard.
Oh,
Ooh,
poor guy.
yeah. So and then dress it up, you know what I'm saying, and put like a little mustache.
I think you should do like a monthly, like dress your dick up for whatever month it is. Like
so
it's
if
February.
It's May, all right, so give them like a little wings and like a little bow
bow
and
and
arrow.
arrow.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Put
like
hearts around it.
Yeah, and then put hearts to
Ooh,
cover
maybe
the
like shave your pubes
yeah,
into
and
a
a
heart.
heart or something like that. I think that's dope. In March, you got St. Patty's Day.
Oh, your dick's Irish for St.
Yeah,
Patty's
so you
Day.
gotta
Just
get
dip
some-
it in
Green.
diet green.
green, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Get one of them little, what are those little hats that the little Irish gangsters used to wear? What is
Like
those?
a bowler.
Bowler, yeah,
Yeah.
a bowler hat for the tip, you know what I'm saying? And then So yeah,
That's
in-
March.
That's March. April.
April, it's what, springtime? I mean,
Springtime.
you could
Easter.
Easter.
So, boom. So you could paint the
Ooh, put a
balls like
bunny.
eggs.
KB, that's perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
And then like make the dick a bunny.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
the bunny is like
It has
hoarding
bunny
the eggs.
ears. Yeah. May Cinco de Mayo.
Of course, your dick's gonna get drunk.
Yeah.
Sombrero.
You
You already
know.
have the sombrero. Let's do the sombrero.
June is the beginning of summer.
Party, like a beach ball.
Yeah,
Some
you know.
swim trunks.
Yeah.
Maybe like some flippers for your balls.
4th of July, how can you not go wrong with
Red,
like,
white, and blue,
dude?
dude.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Draw the flag on your dick.
So, like, it's like a monthly calendar of your dick. And I think that is I think that's the best approach.
I think so too. So if you're gonna send this dick pic this month, I would say make it Valentine's-y.
Yeah.
Go all out.
Go
dude.
to Party City.
Make
I'm
that dick-
sure they have some things.
Dick
that-
accessories,
yeah,
some
accessories,
dick accessories, if you will.
Yeah.
Dude, make your dick so fucking romantic. Seriously, she's not gonna be able to keep ghosting you. I feel like.
Right. And then put like a Groupon coupon, like right next to the
Ooh.
dick, like to like a steakhouse or
Ooh,
like.
yeah, say girl,
Like
I'm gonna
Fogo de
use
Chao
this
or some
Groupon
shit like
on
that,
you.
like or a steak, like a steakhouse or
Girls
like a sushi
love it
or
when you
some
get a
shit like
Groupon
that.
for
yeah.
your date.
Yeah, dude.
And this is gonna be the second date.
Yeah, exactly. So she's like, he's frugal and he has a good heart. on.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, he didn't pay for the first date,
Yeah.
but that's okay because
That's
he
okay.
got a
He-
Groupon for the second
Second
date.
date, he's making
And
up for it.
his dick looks so romantic right
Right.
now.
Right.
So that's our bad advice for
Yeah.
you.
Go straight Cupid on that shit, man.
And then like poker with it because it's
yeah.
Cupid.
Yeah.
So you gotta like shoot
Yeah,
your
you gotta,
arrow,
yeah, shoot the arrow.
shoot your shot.
Like right all over her tramp stamp. Like
Ooh,
yeah.
Like Tim, can you do the sound effect of opening a beer, like that?
Boom, it's like that.
Because I'd imagine that's what like when it comes out for this particular person, just like.
Yeah. And the way that he
Just kinda
drinks,
farts out of
it
his
makes
dick.
sense.
Is that frothy? You think?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
that's gross.
But you know, the sperm but that's good for for the sperm can't swim in the alcohol
Oh,
and the
and-
froth
yeah.
like that.
And we
so
don't
it
need
won't
that.
make you won't that's
We
good
don't need
birth
you
control.
reproducing, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
that's good
not
birth control
at
right there.
all. I think that's. I mean, what else can we say about that?
Yeah.
I think that's.
So we
great
wish
advice.
you all the luck and let
Please,
us know.
yeah, let us know what
happens.
happens. If you want to send the dick pic, we'll
pics,
put it on our
Yeah,
Facebook
absolutely.
so for everybody to see. And
Yeah.
then, like, if this doesn't work out, your dick will be on our Facebook, and then people will be like, they
And
can
then-
decide.
Right, and then after we get banned for that, and then we come back, like
Then we'll
you
talk
know,
about
then
it.
we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
you
we'll
know?
get an email and
Yeah.
we'll talk about your new court case
Yeah.
for showing some chick your dick. You fucking creep.
But yeah, that is KB and Amy's bad advice.
I loved it.
I
Thank
dig
you,
it.
Alec, for writing it. Shout out to Jim and Hari for their podcast. That is not this one.
Shout out to Jim. Yeah.
We- You're such a bitch. You're so ridiculous. She broke herself on that one.
All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right. Do we have anything else?
I think that's it.
I think that is it. And so we'll just go ahead and make sure, hey, people, I've had 2 people hit me up about the Anytime Fitness.
Yeah?
Yeah, 2 people have seen our ad at Anytime Fitness. So make sure y'all sign up at the Aurora, Joliet, and Oswego location.
Yeah,
if you
and
want to.
even though we're not doing the promotion was good till the end of January, but if you go in there and you still mention it, we might be able to do it again.
Do it again, yeah.
And you might be able to get all those deals. So
Yep.
mention us anyway if you go to sign up at those 3 Anytime Fitness locations.
And yeah, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at the Happy Corner Podcast. Send all bad advice to happycornerpodcast at Gmail. Thank you so much to Chris Bongat for our theme song and our producer Sterling.
Christopher Horn for our artwork.
And Timmy for being our sound guy, and make some noise for Skits M. Jones.
For being our thoughtiest thought of the audience. Thank
Oh.
you so much.
And
for coming.
Skits, plug your show one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Yes, Thursday, February 13th at the Comedy Shrine, 8 p.m., the Comfortably Chaotic Comedy Cabaret.
Lots of cuss.
Like, yeah. And then on Friday and Saturday, I will be at the Comedy Shrine February 14th and the 15th with Adam Gully coming
Which is
in
going to
from New
be
York.
fucking
It's
great,
gonna be
you guys.
so amazing.
I haven't seen Adam in so long, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, I finally got used to him with the stash.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
The problem with Adam Gully is he's just so good looking that it doesn't matter. And he's funny, which is like a crime. You can't be good looking and funny, Adam. Stop it.
Don't get his head any bigger. All right. This has
I
been the.
will.
Hey, make sure you follow Aimee. Make sure you follow me, KV Marion. And thank you so much for listening to the Happy Corner podcast. We shall listen, talk to you and see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
It's time to laugh, 'cause boredom is just torture. But KB and Aimee have just what the doctor ordered. Pull up a chair is the happy corner.